Hey guys, um, I apologize I haven't gotten these visions out to you sooner. I had these visions last week, but I've been having computer problems, and I'm lucky I was able to get that video up yesterday with the election of the Pope, because now it's not letting me record, and it looks like I only have 12 minutes, so I gotta figure out what's going on. My computer says that it's totally full, but there's nothing on it. I'm telling you, like, I took everything off my computer and it's still saying it's full, so I don't know. So here's what I saw last week. I saw a blonde man on his knees next to the Pope, and the Pope was petting his head. It seemed like the Pope was facing Jerusalem and walking toward Jerusalem, and he wasn't even looking at this blonde guy. This blonde guy was kneeling on his knees next to him, and the Pope wasn't even looking at the blonde guy. He was looking toward Jerusalem, and he was petting his head. Well, that was last week before they even elected the Pope that I saw that, and I didn't even know. I wondered if it was Biden in the vision because he had blonde hair, but I didn't even know Biden was Catholic until today, and it turns out that Biden is going to Rome next week, apparently. So I'm a little freaked out by that. So here's what else he showed me. This is Jesus pulled me down into this room that was solid rock. The walls and the ceilings and everything was rock. And there was just a chair and a chalkboard. And he went over to it was a small chalkboard, and he went over to it. And he drew this scribbles like this. Just, he took the chalk and he turned it sideways, and then he just basically white, scribbled this white all over the chalkboard. And then he drew these, that's not very good, that's supposed to be a circle. He drew these two circles, and they seem like they were about the same size. I know I didn't do it very well there. This one was more like that or something. So two circles, I have no idea what that means. And then he took his two pieces of chalk, and he was colliding the chalk together, like showing me a collision of some kind. But I didn't understand what he was talking about because it just didn't make any sense to me. And then a couple nights later, he showed me another vision, only this time he used the white chalkboard and the markers. So he did the same thing. He scribbled like this all over the chalkboard with marker, those new markers that they use. I forget, dry erase, that's what it is. It's called a dry erase board. That's what he was using this time. Okay, and then he took the markers, and he took two markers and he set them upright. So they were like, they were like this, and they were upright. He just set them upright. And like that. And then he took them and he collided them as well. So he went like this. And then, so first they were vertical, and then they were horizontal, and they were colliding. And at first it didn't make sense, but the first time he showed me with the old chalkboard, it didn't make sense. But after he showed me with the dry erase markers, then it made more sense. And it seemed like maybe he was showing missiles colliding, because I saw somebody uploaded to YouTube something by NASA or something. No, maybe it wasn't NASA. It might have been like CNN or something. But they were talking about North Korea and how if North Korea fired a missile, then we would fire a missile and shoot down that missile. And that's what they were explaining. And as soon as I saw that, I realized, oh my gosh, maybe that's what Jesus has been showing me. Because, oh, and I forgot to tell you, he was weeping after that. Like after he showed me the chalk colliding, he was weeping. And then, and when he showed me the markers colliding, he was weeping about it. And there's one other thing, and I don't know if it matters, but for some reason in my vision he looked really old, like he had long gray hair and a long gray beard. It was bizarre. I've never seen him look like that before. So I'm not sure what all of that means, but to me it makes me think that maybe he's talking about missiles colliding in the air, and if he's weeping about it, maybe it means, I don't know, but maybe it means that a nuclear bomb will explode in the atmosphere or something. And I mean, I don't know, but that's just my thoughts on it, wondering if that's what he's saying. And so the next thing that I wanted to share with you guys was I had another one of those visions where he showed me a scripture in the Bible, or a chapter in the Bible. So you guys remember, like last month, he showed me, I think it was last month, he showed me the big book, and I immediately thought it must be my big Bible, because I have a big Bible at my house. And he had shown me to look at the bottom left hand of the page in Ezekiel, and I saw the verse, and then I went and looked in my big Bible, and sure enough, at the very bottom part of that scripture, and I can't remember what it is now, you have to go look, it was the valley of the bones, and it said, I will raise them up. Well, it happened again. At this time, he showed me a page in a book, and he, pulled the page off the book, like holding one page, and then he showed me to read the front of the page and the back of the page. And so I went and I looked to try to see what book and chapter it was. And it looked like it was Hosea 7. And so the next day, I went to look at my Bible, just to check, because I thought, I always think I'm not seeing it right. I always think that. And so I was like, I'm just going to go look and see if, Hosea 7 is on the front and the back of my page. So I went to my small Bible first. And it wasn't on the front and the back of the page. But then again, I went to my big Bible, just like he always, for some reason, he always shows me in my big Bible. I don't know why. My big Bible is the New International Version. So I'm going to just read you what this says, because sure enough, Hosea 7 is on the front and the back of the page. So let me just read this to you. It says, I'm going to start in verse 11 of chapter 6, because it says, also for you, Judah, a harvest is appointed. So we all know the harvest represents the rapture. Whenever I would restore the fortunes of my people, whenever I would heal Israel, the sins of Ephraim are exposed and the crimes of Samaria revealed. They practice deceit. Thieves break into houses. Bandits rob in the streets. But they do not realize that I remember all of their evil deeds. Their sins engulf them. They are always before me. They delight the king with their wickedness, the princes with their lies. They are all adulterers, burning like an oven, whose fire the baker need not stir, from the kneading of the dough till it rises. On the day of the festival of our king, the princes become inflamed with wine, and he joins hands with the mockers. Their hearts are like an oven. They approach him with intrigue. Their passion smolders all night. In the morning it blazes like a flaming fire. All of them are hot as an oven. They devour their rulers. All their kings fall, and none of them calls on me. Ephraim mixes with the nations. Ephraim is a flat cake not turned over. Just so you guys know, I looked up that word in the concordance. That's Hosea 7 verse 8. And flat cake, it actually means disc in the concordance. So Ephraim is a disc not turned over, and I'll do a separate study on that. Foreigners sap his strength, but he does not realize it. His hair is sprinkled with gray, but he does not notice. Israel's arrogance testifies against him, but despite all this, he does not return to the Lord his God or search for him. Ephraim is like a dove, easily deceived and senseless, now calling to Egypt, now turning to Assyria. When they go, I will throw my net over them. I will pull them down like birds of the air. When I hear them flocking together, I will catch them. Woe to them because they have strayed from me. Destruction to them because they have rebelled against me. I long to redeem them, but they speak lies against me. They do not cry out to me from their hearts, but wail upon their beds. They gather together for grain and new wine, but turn away from me. I trained them and strengthened them, but they plot evil against me. They do not turn to the Most High. They are like a faulty bow. Their leaders will fall by the sword because of their insolent words. Because of this, they will be ridiculed in the land of Egypt. So I'll probably do a separate study on that. I'm afraid my computer is going to stop my video here any second. So I'll just go ahead and let you guys go. But I just wanted to let you know that what I've been seeing lately. I still got to fix my computer problems, figure out what's going on with that. So I hope you guys are doing well, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.